Hi, this is Cheryl Peterson with Healing Science Today. Christian Science mental treatment doesn't treat symptoms, but regards the one cause and effect, infinite truth and its truthfulness, including well-being. Christian Science mental treatment actively embodies observation, study, justice, and mercy. Prayer is involved, but not to be abused by believing that God rewards us for suffering. Suffering is not of God. Prayer is not to be abused by discounting proper humane care. God treats us with wisdom, respect, and love. We must do so likewise. Many people practice mental treatment. In the 19th century, Mary Baker Eddy found within the Bible sufficient principles to explain what she called Christian Science mental treatment in her book, Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures. Until Eddy died in the year 1910, she revised her book hundreds of times, nonstop, to address spiritually the latest discoveries in mental treatment, religion, medicine, and science. At the turn of this century, conscious of contemporary Bibles and scientific discoveries, I produced 21st Century Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, a modern version of Mary Baker Eddy's Science and Health. It includes a subsection titled Mental Treatment Illustrated. With mental treatment, you can treat yourself or ask a credible mental practitioner to give you a treatment. Think of Jesus the Christ, a credible mental practitioner, honest, active in the public, welcoming, and demonstrating goodwill, enlightenment. Speaking of light, think of the starlight. All those twinkling stars we see at night, some of that light was produced eons ago, and still yet we see light. A dead star, and yet there is still light? Back to Jesus. Jesus knew light. He didn't follow, cling to, or treat that which dies. Scripture, churchy rules, human brain, psychological rules, egotistical piety, narrow-mindedness, all dies. From the Bible, Jesus said, "What I'm trying to do here is to get you to relax, to not be so preoccupied with getting so you can respond to God's giving." People who don't know God and the way He works fuss over these things, but you know both God and how He works. Steep your life in God reality, God initiative, God provisions. Don't worry about missing out. You'll find all your everyday human concerns will be met. Christian Science mental treatment isn't about getting or maintaining perfect physical conditions or greater finances or human approval. It's about ever revealing light and truth. It's about work, lots of practice. Jesus didn't sit around and pray, He worked. And He didn't do our work for us. He showed us how to work. Let's see if this analogy helps. Years ago, I taught myself how to play violin. Self-instruction served me well. For many years, I was able to jam with my husband on his guitar and our daughters at the piano. Last year, I started taking violin lessons from a credible, skilled violinist. We met. I showed her the song I was working on. She listened to me play it. She didn't tell me I was doing it wrong. She didn't quote greater musicians. She learned quickly that I can read music. I can read the timing recommendation. I understand the how of the music. Any mental practitioner who thinks, whether consciously or unconsciously, that because they understand the music or words, that they are also living or demonstrating the music or words is foolish. We understand through demonstration or experience. The teacher, violin teacher, didn't make me read or believe more as if I was resistant to the written music or words. At a slower tempo, she played with me. When I couldn't perform a measure, I watched her on her violin, and she'd clarify her action or fingering, never once claiming her way was the right way. After that lesson, I went home to practice on my violin. Practice, practice, slowly and tortuously, one note at a time. Guess what I noticed? I got better. I could play the song. Not only that, I could play the song, put down my violin, go to my job at the library, and still hear the song in my head, which is oftentimes much better than the world crap that infects my head. So I wondered, do I hear the song or something else? Am I experiencing something greater? And because later the teacher and I moved on to other songs, I concluded it wasn't the song. It is something greater. I think I practice and experience harmony, order, beauty, joy, inspiration. With Christian Science, divine science, the law of God, whatever you call it, it's good spirit. I don't treat the music, but treat harmony as real, universal, inclusive, alive, ours. And if I can mentally treat harmony as real and ever-present, that very harmony can be experienced when doing laundry, managing a corporation, or driving a car. If I can treat harmony as real, then I can treat as real the patience, well-being, self-control, energy, well-being, and goodwill of God, the one Spirit, ever whole and alive,